Ignorance is a song I don't wanna sing. I wonder how they ever let this pass the God damn.
Man, goddamn is right, man. Goddamn is right. Man, well, everybody, welcome to episode 230 of the news, man. Welcome back to another episode of NHP, man. Man, fucking bell. Moving my camera again. Oh, no. Oh, wait, no, I moved it the wrong way. Hold up. Okay, I think that's fine. Man, what is going on, everybody, man? Welcome back to another edition of the Notorious podcast, man. Welcome back to another edition of the news. And first and foremost, before we get on to anything on the show, obviously, man, if you guys have not seen the intro, man, we had to unfortunately play the graphic that for some fucking reason I've had to play too much
Mhm.
this year.
Way too much.
Definitely, man. But man, unfortunately, the rap world and the hip hop world lost a legend this past week, man. A true legend. So if I could think back, man, to one of the best times in my entire life, um,
Man.
I could look back to my days in middle school. I can think back to my days in middle school, man. Prairie Hills Junior High in Markham, Illinois. Um, I think back, and it was just one of the better times, one of the better times in my entire life. And if I could think of one of the artists that stood out during that time period, during those years, that made just great music that I still listen to this day. Flex Lifestyle, always. Those are still play those tunes to
Classics.
this day. Exact timeless classics. Um, and the rap world lost a legend, man. At 34 years old, they lost Rich Homie Quan, and man, we lose too many good artists, and we lose too many good artists young. I mean, I know Rich Homie Quan kind of disappeared off the face of the earth after like 2016, but still, um, we lose too many good artists to drugs, and we lose too many good
Mhm.
artists young, and we've lost a lot of them. And it really sucks that we've lost another one, and it really broke my heart because again, it brought me back to those middle school days, and it brought me back to those middle school days, and it sucks that the rap world, the hip hop world, man, lost a true legend this past weekend, bro. So rest in peace to the man, Rich Homie Quan, and seriously, bro, thank you for the timeless classics. Seriously, the timeless fucking classics. Me and Sir K, Bash in Berlin weekend were
Yeah.
playing some of his music while we were in the car. Just because it's always just a throwback to that time, and they're just
So good,
throwback
dude.
classics. They're just again they're bangers. They're bangers of all bangers, as I say, bro. But yeah, man, truly, bro. Rest in peace to a rap legend, man. And it sucks. It sucks to see him go. But rest in peace to the man. And again, thank you, bro. Seriously, thank you for all the timeless classics, for real.
Truly, truly, thank you. Losing people is always the worst, man. Especially, artists. They always, we always lose a man, and it happened again, and that's horrible, man. Truly produced some classics, man, and hope he's resting good, man.
Definitely, man. And to his family, wish you all the best in all your healing, and and obviously all his friends as well, man. So all right, man. So yes, what is going on, everybody, man? And welcome back to another edition of NHP. This is episode 230. Welcome back, guys, to another episode. And with that, if this is your first time watching and you guys do not know how the show works, every Monday on here. We are on here live with Unscripted after Monday Night Raw, and every Friday at 4 p.m. Central, we are on here with the news. And for the pay-per-views for both WWE and AEW, we are live directly after the show goes off the air with the post-show review, which, speaking of that, we will be live tomorrow night with the AEW All Out review. So I hope that you guys seen that up on the channel. It is up on the channel for you guys to see as of right now. So yeah, man. So yes, if you guys if you guys didn't know how the show works, that's how it works, bro. But yes, if you guys did miss this past Monday's edition of Unscripted, that is, will AEW drop the ball with the Jon Moxley storyline? I don't know, man. We'll have to wait and see. But I don't
Yes,
know.
AEW.
Yeah, so that is episode 211 of Unscripted. And if you guys did miss that, that is available for you guys on all platforms. Also, if this is your first time watching and you guys do not know, or if my bad, if you guys have not got a chance to get your hands on some of the official Notorious podcast merchandise, you guys can now pick the new shirt up live on the merch shop to commemorate the rebrand of the podcast. There it is, available live on bonfire.com right now. To commemorate, like I said, the rebrand of the podcast, you have the next chapter design, which you see available on your screen right now, man. So if you guys have not got a chance to pick that up yet, again, bonfire.com. Link is at the top of the description of this very video, man. Also, if this is your first time watching and you guys do not know who we are here at NHP, I am Johnny, one half of the host of this very show. And as for the other half, we got my man Sir K here. How are you, dude?
I'm doing good, man. Doing good. Just been chilling out, man. As you guys can see, I got a new microphone for the podcast. Hope it sounds great. You let me know how it sounds. But I love it, dude. I love it, and I'm glad I got it. And yeah, I can't wait for other things that you guys will get to see. Eventually, man, come October. But
Yeah.
you know, everything's doing good, man. I've been doing good. Just been chilling, dealing with life stuff, Classic, never ends, dude. It never fucking ends. But
It really
been
doesn't.
doing good. Yeah, it really doesn't. Always something, man. It's always something. But I'm doing good. Like Durante always asks, how's life? How's the family? Life's good. Family's good. How is everybody doing in the live chat? Logan, Bell, how's everyone doing? How's everyone doing in the replay? And what about you, bro? How are you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Yeah, just chilling, bro. Just chilling. Actually, man, if you guys have not got a chance to pick up some of the merchandise, as you can see, I'm wearing my crisp, long sleeve
This
NHP Next
dude.
Chapter shirt. Very comfortable, dude. I love it. I love it. But yeah, finally got around to wearing it. I have so many shirts I have to cycle through. But uh
Oh, dude, I'm telling you.
yeah, it's ridiculous out here. But otherwise, man, I'm good. I'm good. Just excited for the weekend, excited for All Out, excited for you guys to see the All Out graphics. Actually, dude, these are some of my favorite graphics we've ever done. I really enjoy them. I really enjoyed making them, and I'm happy with how I'm very happy with how they came out. So um but yes, I'm so excited for you guys to see that tomorrow. And yeah, man. But other than that, man, I'm doing good. Like I said, just all out weekends here. So that's that's always hopefully it turns out to be a good show. I think it will. I think it will. I just wish that Tony would give us a bit more build, and I wish he would add a little bit more importance to All Out, being that 3 years ago, as well as 2 years ago, All Out was their biggest show of the year.
Mhm.
It was their biggest show of the year. It was the show for AEW. So I wish we would add a little more importance to it. I don't know if we're gonna get there, being that next year, he's just moving Forbidden Door to August, so we're gonna be still stuck in the same. I'm assuming
Same loop.
week or 2 week build to All Out, but I hope not, but otherwise, I'm excited for it, man. And I'm very excited. Like Sir K said, man, Sir K's got the new mic, so it sounds great. And I'm glad you got it. We are very excited to share with you guys some more production upgrades, hopefully for Come Bad Blood, man. So yeah, I'm excited for it, man. I'm excited for it, and I'm also excited for this week of news, man. So. Um,
Definitely.
if you guys, um, if you guys obviously know how the show works. We're going to end you guys off with the all-out predictions. And we are going to start you guys with one of the bigger shocking pieces of news to come out of the week of wrestling, man. Oh, my bad. Did not mention chat. As Durante always asks, I'm good. Family's good. What about you, Durante? Logan, Bell, thank you guys for being here. How are you guys doing? And OG, thank you always. Thank you always pleasing the algorithm. So yes, how are you guys doing? And thank you guys for being here, man. Bell, dude, I don't know why. I'm like, I get so confused with like, is that Becky Lynch? Oh no, it's Jamie Hayter. Is that Becky Lynch? Oh no, it's Marina Shafir. Is it? I'm all fucked up, dude. I don't know what's fucking going on fucking Dynamite nowadays. I really don't know what's going on. I don't know, man. I don't know.
I have no clue.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I really don't. I don't know. And that I want to give that storyline a chance, but it's just I don't trust AEW, man. I really don't trust them.
No, I really don't.
It's, I don't know. Well, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it, man. But yeah. So okay, all right. On to the news. So one of the biggest pieces of news to come out of this past week was Odyssey Jones. Man, so according to Brian Alvarez, well, first and foremost, the first thing we ever heard surrounding this situation was that Odyssey Jones was taken off of. So the first news we got was, okay, it doesn't say by who, but I'm assuming people just found out randomly. So according to Mark Out Demons and IWC dwellers, they noticed Odyssey Jones was removed from the WWE roster page. That was the first thing that we had heard about it. So the Wrestling Observer reported that following Raw, more evidence may indicate that Odyssey Jones was fired from WWE due to the removal of his roster page, status. The Observer says, I've asked around, and if it had been, I asked around to see if it had been any kind of glitch or something, and obviously by now it would have been corrected if it was a glitch. I'm relatively certain he's done, but it has not been confirmed anywhere. I've heard a bunch of stories. But nothing that I would say is confirmed, but it looks like he's no longer with the company. His angle's done. No mention on the show. No clips if he's no clips on like if he's injured or something. No acknowledgement of him at all. Kofi Kingston was on there and no acknowledgement, but they had been doing stuff, so he's off. He's gone. That was what we heard. And then two, it also made me think to myself, man, there was a segment on Raw I think it might have been 2 weeks ago, and it had Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston, and Xavier, they were talking about how they talk things through, and then Xavier said, yeah, like, when you missed that tag, but, he was closer, did not say Odyssey Jones, he just said
No.
he said he was closer, and it is what it is. He was closer and, water under the bridge. So it made me think to myself, man, they had that segment 2 weeks ago on Monday Night Raw where Xavier Woods basically, because that was a big point. Like, they made it very obvious on that Monday Night Raw where Kofi tagged Odyssey before Xavier. They made it very obvious to catch that look on Xavier Woods' face where he was just like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? So it seemed like they were going to play to that. It seemed like they were going to play to the fact that Xavier, was a little pissed off that he didn't tag him. Then again, 1 week later, to just say, we talked it out, it's over, he was closer, I understand, and then kind of drop it. And then again, like the Observer says here, Kofi's on Raw this past Monday, no mention.
No mention.
So this was all the news we heard up until this point, until Brian Alvarez came out on the Observer Live, and he said Odyssey Jones has reportedly been fired by WWE. There has not been a press release. There has not been anything like that, but I have been told Odyssey Jones is fired. Now, why was he fired, you may ask? Well, according to Fightful, Odyssey Jones was removed to WWE when domestic violence allegations came to light. We have not heard of an arrest or any charge being pressed or any charges being pressed in relation to the situation. We have reached out to WWE for a comment and clarification on his status. And apparently, no arrests made to this point, but Odyssey Jones is fired. What I honestly think this is, I think this could very well be an Enzo Amore situation. Now, again, I obviously don't want to, go too in depth on it because nobody knows a lick of anything as to what happened. But this could have very well been a situation of Odyssey getting himself into some trouble, not telling the company about it. And then if the company finds out about it and they find out you're trying to hide it from them, you're done. Now, again, obviously that's a little different than Enzo's case. According to Enzo, he didn't know. He didn't even know he was being investigated, which obviously, could have all been true, being that his charges ended up being dropped. But obviously, again, we don't know too much on this situation at this point, but I feel like whether it is true or whether it isn't, he didn't tell the company. The company found out on their own, and obviously to the company, it looks like he was trying to hide it from them, whether he was or not. They ended up firing him. And WWE also is very strict, like to the bone. Like, this is one of the things that they're most strict about domestic violence. There has been a lot of guys where if that is attached to your name at all, I think I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's how Adam Rose got fired. If domestic violence is attached to your name at all, you're done. I mean, that is one thing WWE is like. WWE is very, very tight-knit about domestic violence. They do not play around about it. And Odyssey is fired, man. So, what do you think about, the situation, man? And what's your take on all this?
Really, it's really interesting because we have no idea what any of this is. He's all of a sudden just taken off TV, completely removed from the roster page, not on the alumni section either. He's just completely erased. And that's never a good sign when WWE just erases somebody. So I I don't really know. There's no information to know anything. Um, we will know when we know, and it's very it, it can be whichever path that is, whether it's true like a justified firing or not. It's going to be an unfortunate situation because either he unfortunately put someone through some type of hell and he got fired for it, or he didn't and he got fired from it, and that's also unfortunate. But we'll only know when we know. So it's an interesting situation, man.
Yeah, definitely, man, definitely. And the thing is, too, you know, me and Sir K were just on here a week ago, talking about guys that have very badly fucked up their situations. And we mentioned, we mentioned a lot of guys that, couldn't keep themselves out of trouble. You know what I mean? You think of the Austin Aries of the world, you think of, the Velveteen Dreams, and you think of the Marty Skruls, and you think about guys that had all this potential and they couldn't keep themselves out of trouble. Again, we don't know much on the situation, but regardless of the situation, man, does this really fuck a lot of things up for him, because he just got to television. literally after 2 fucking years just got to television, and this comes out at a really weird time because, you know, you never know. You never know if somebody might have planted this out on him as soon as he made his way to television to spite him. You know what I mean? You never know. You never know what the situation is. And like Sir K said, either, you know, you know, either he put somebody through hell, or what was the other thing you said? I can't remember
Or
how exactly.
somebody's putting him through hell. Either or.
Yes, that's I couldn't remember how you worded it. I don't want to butcher your quote. But yeah, so what was I saying? Hold on. It'll come to me. Yes. Okay. So I mean, it's like I said, it's a very unfortunate situation, man, because somebody again put him through hell and kind of leaked this out on dude as soon as he started to, you know, kind of make his way or get his way onto television. Either that or he did something really fucked up that's obviously very fucking unforgivable. And again, again, I'm not really gonna, you know, I mean, we don't know. Okay, that, you know, that we don't know at the end of the day what really happened, and I'm sure it will come to light. I'm sure it will come to the light. The cream always rises to the top, and I'm sure it will. And I'm sure it will in this situation. But regardless, I hope everything gets figured out, and I hope, I hope everything gets figured out, and I hope, you know, whoever's at fault here gets, you know, what they had coming to them, bro. And again, we don't really know, you know, whether somebody, you know, might have, you know, again, you know, put this out on dude to ruin his image or whatever, or, you know, if this is something that he actually did that's now coming to light. Whatever it is, it's fucked up. And a lot of guys, you know, they have a world of potential, and they manage to fuck it up on themselves, or people fuck it up on them, and it's very unfortunate. And it's very unfortunate, man. And again, he just made his way to television, and it seemed like he was going to play a really big role in this New Day stuff, which is one of, you know, minus the Final Testament, the stuff between the inner stuff between the New Day is actually very intriguing stuff, and he had his name attached to that. And it sucks that, you know, now this has all gone up in flames, and it sucks to say. Like I said, we don't really know what happened, so obviously, you know, we can't really speak too much on it. All we could speak on is the hypotheticals and the what ifs. And one thing's for certain in this situation is that it's a fucked up situation. And again, I hope, you know, whoever did the wrong here, you know, gets what they had coming to them, man.
Truly, man. Truly, I hope justice gets served to whoever deserves it, man. And I hope everything works out well for whoever the victim may be in the future.
Definitely. Definitely, bro. So that is the news on Odyssey Jones. And yeah, man, we didn't get, I mean, yeah, when I tell you WWE dropped that man like a fly, I mean, they dropped him like a fly. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens on it, man. But I don't know, man. So, huh. Well, speaking of speaking of some pretty messed up things, Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon seems to be a very messed up thing in his own entity.
Fuck yeah.
Okay, this is actually good. This is actually good Vince McMahon news, and it's for the fact of uh, uh maybe reassurance, I guess. Okay, no, well, I don't even want to say that because this is from Conrad Thompson. So
Mm,
I know he's another, you know, he's one of, you know, he's just friends with a lot of people in the business. Well, anyways, he says that he says on the Keeping It 100 podcast Hopefully he's keeping it 100, because if not, you're going to let a lot of fucking people down here. Mr.
Mm-hmm.
McMahon's Netflix doc is said to be an absolute, I'm going to hold him to this, an absolute double shovel burial of Vince McMahon, and some people in WWE are not happy about it. It is said to be a burial of Vince McMahon. Or is it Netflix sugarcoating? This is a part of the article. Is it a burial of Vince McMahon, or is it Netflix sugarcoating the truth? Or is it Netflix not sugarcoating the truth? My bad. Chris Smith is directing the documentary, and he has no affiliation to WWE whatsoever. The WWE has no affiliation with this documentary whatsoever, aside from the WWE employees who decided to take part in being interviewed for the documentary. Why should anyone in WWE care? Why should anybody WWE care about this doc anyway? After Vince McMahon is not a part of the company anymore and has no ownership. And hopefully this doc gives us the full truth. But yeah, so that is the latest piece, the latest article, and the latest quote attached to the Vince McMahon documentary as a absolute double shovel burial. And I am going to hold him to that, because it better be. And I honestly think, so I watched the trailer. I honestly think a lot of the people that took place or took interviews in this, I think they took interviews in this when it was set to kind of glaze Vince McMahon. And I think
Mm-hmm.
that's where we're going to see a lot of the Rocks and the Cenas and the Austins and the Hogans and, all these people that were Vince McMahon top stars, and Vince McMahon is almost like a father figure to them. I believe they took place in this documentary to talk about Vince, but what it's all going to come down to, and I know it's going to be a little glazy of Vince McMahon. I do know it is. Because again, in the beginning of this whole production, it was going to kind of be like that. I think those kind of guys are going to be in the beginning parts of it where they do kind of glaze Vince, but then in the later halves, again, I'm going to be looking out for my absolute double shovel burial of Vince McMahon. And again, we're setting the bar really high, and I really hope that they actually go pedal to the metal with this fucking documentary, because there's a lot to uncover. And I just wonder who's going to be doing interviews in those moments of the
Yeah.
documentary. Is it going to be
Well,
journalists? Is it going to be people that actually know him? Is it going to be people uncovering? What's it going to be? I'm intrigued.
I'm really intrigued. I hope it's truthful. Um, like you said, we're gonna hold him to it. I hope it's a double shovel burial. I hope they really tell the truth. And if that is the case, and he is telling the truth in that, I could really see those first episode or two really be, kind of glazy with all those people they're having an interview, and then then it switches up and kind of. And I would really like if they acknowledge the fact that it was almost going to be a Glazer doc, and that they're not going to make it a Glazer doc, and then they, tell the true story, man. Really hope they do something like that. I would even like to know the details of the making of the doc when it was going to be a Glazer and how it shifted from that. Um, so I hope so. I hope it's going to be good. I hope it's a double shovel burial. It's what he deserves. But we won't know till it comes out, man. So I'm going to test it out for you guys.
Definitely. And I I'm glad that I'm glad that we're hearing about this. I'm glad that we're hearing about this, because when I did watch the trailer, the first thing you hear is Vince McMahon say, "A lot of people think I'm a bad guy, but nobody knows me." But it's like, so in that moment, I was like, "Oh, come on." So hearing this is a lot better. And again, in the trailer, you did hear a little bit of, the allegations being brought to light, but I just wonder who's going to actually be willing to speak about the dark side of Vince McMahon because there's a lot to talk about. And
There's
I
a lot.
wonder, and I wonder who's going to talk in those moments because it's easy, it's easy for his biggest, stars to talk about Vince because at the end of the day, those are some of his best friends. Those people are, Vince is like a father to a lot of those people, so it's going to be easy obviously for them to kind of talk about Vince in a positive light, but I just wonder who's going to show up when it's time.
I really am. I'm curious. Like you said, it could be journalists. It could be people that just don't like them. We'll see, man. We'll see.
Fucking Tony Khan. Harvey Weinstein.
Look at Tony Khan. I wouldn't be shocked.
At this point, I wouldn't be either. I don't know what that man will be willing to do for some clicks, some views, Mister Tony. But anyways, that's the latest. That's the latest. Again, not gonna get too excited, but I'm gonna hold you to it.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna hold you to it. But again, I'm fully. I'm going into this with an open mind. I'm not going into this thinking they're absolutely gonna bury the fuck out of them. I'm going in with an open mind. And yeah, as Bell says, if you guys are thinking you're gonna get anything new on the Janelle Grant case, like she says, they legally cannot talk about that. So don't expect
No.
anything new. I expect them to touch on it. I wonder.
Make reference.
And I'm very like I said, I'm just very interested to see who's going to speak when we're talking about the dark side of Vince McMahon. I am.
I really am curious.
So I'm excited, man. I'm excited. I'm going into it with an open mind. Yeah, I'm very intrigued to see how this is going to go regardless, because either way is going to be very, very just interesting to see how they go about this whole situation. And yeah, so yeah, man.
Definitely. Definitely.
A sandwich, Brandon Thurston says it's basically looking like a sandwich puff piece. What in the world does that mean?
Like British slang,
I
I don't know.
I
I don't know what that
I
means, Bill.
I I have no idea what a sandwich puff piece means. I
I,
don't. Is that some UK slang you're throwing on us right now or something? Hmm.
it might be, and I'm not the guy for UK slang. Trust me.
Oh God, this guy. So so moving on here. Moving on here. So recently, speaking of more WWE stuff. Okay, so according to PW Insider, WWE held a mandatory meeting before Monday Night Raw. The main news coming out of the discussion is the talents were told to be mindful of not cursing while they are on camera. Well,
Oh, okay. I get what that's saying. Mean.
oh,
He says the first,
okay,
so the in the middle is going to be really bullshitty, but the first and last episode are going to be actually important. Okay, that makes sense.
got it. So it's not UK slang. Bell's
It's
out.
not.
Gotcha. Hey,
Ah,
look, Bell. Sir K was questioning too, but Bell's only coming for me, I guess. This is ridiculous.
exactly. Good job, Bill. Good
My,
job.
I'm telling you, my biggest
Good
hater,
easy.
right here in the fucking comments, every week. Unbelievable. Unfucking believable, man. Well, so I'm interested to see how this goes when they move to Netflix because also too, when I was reading this, it made me laugh because I was thinking to myself, man, this company probably would have got so mad at MJF because that man is
Oh,
always cursing on camera. Like during his matches, they'll be doing a sequence and you just hear him scream, "Oh fuck." And then
literally.
something will happen what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, man, he is, but to be honest, I don't know if this is I don't think this is happening because it's happened before, because I really don't recall a lot of WWE talent doing stuff like this. So,
No, I really don't. Maybe they're talking about like a lot of like the live stuff, that's going on. Maybe they gonna have that be toned down a little. But I really think this is just to hold them over till Netflix, man. I really think that's what this is gonna be.
yeah, I think so. I think so. And again, I don't necessarily think this is something where it's like you guys are doing this and you need to stop. I think I think this was maybe just an informative, like, hey, be mindful, don't curse. Until The Rock comes back, he can curse, but otherwise, don't curse. Don't do none of that. But yeah, I don't know if that's why they did it, or there's been a lot of cursing on AEW television lately. So I don't know if this is just WWE again doing an informative meeting to kind of just tell everybody, like, hey, I know Bryan Danielson's going out there on television and saying fucking every week, but we can't do that. Again, that's kind of what I think this is more of, because to my knowledge, at least I don't think much WWE talent does this. So
No,
yeah, that is that. But so WWE did hold a meeting to let everybody know, not to be cursing.
exactly, man, exactly. But I think oh yeah, yeah, he did say Randy Orton did curse back at War Games, man. But I
Did
think it's
he?
different on pay
No,
per view.
I was in the crowd. I never watched the match back. So
No, exactly. So I would have no clue, but it's interesting, and I feel like you said, it could just be like, hey, be mindful, don't do that, just hold your horses, and we'll be able to do it soon.
hmm, definitely, definitely, man. So yeah, that's the news on the latest WWE meeting that they held for the talent to not curse. So that is that. Well, I guess from actually, at Monday, speaking of Monday Night Raw,
Okay.
this story actually kind of annoyed me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Okay,
Okay.
so Joe Tessitore, speaking of Monday Night Raw, Joe Tessitore. Oh, I do know about Seth. I obviously I did see the videos about Seth. I can't remember what he was saying, but I think he was saying something like, "What is this motherfucker doing here?" Or what the.
Yeah,
I know he was going crazy. I know about that. But that was a crazy atmosphere, dude. We were like,
it
there
was.
was so much going on. Like Orton had just came back. Everybody's going crazy about CM Punk. Now everybody's like focusing on Seth Rollins, but I'm like half focusing on Seth Rollins because I'm trying to catch my fucking breath. And it was a crazy atmosphere, but yeah, it was a crazy night, man. There was a lot going on. So
A
um
lot going on.
there really was. So Joe Tessitore apologizes for not doing better on his Raw debut after getting trashed on social media. He says, I was very into the fans. It was a good reception. It meant a lot to me. It brought the little kid out in me tonight. I went and I grabbed a bunch of t-shirts and merchandise to give out. I spread the love, and I want to see smiles on children's faces. I apologize because I wasn't great tonight, but I was a passionate fan tonight. So this is obviously fantastic of Joe Tessitore to do, but dude, if he felt like he had to do this because he got fucking trashed online, I do not know what the fuck you guys were trashing him over. And I really hope he gets acclimated to, you don't always gotta listen to the IWC because they could fucking complain about everything. Like, dude, I get why people were, maybe a little like, what? But again, to trash the guy, I know a lot of people were complaining when Dragunov did the Moscow torpedo or the torpedo Moscow. Joe Tessitore called it as big shoulder because he thought, dude, he's fucking new. And Dragunov is a newer guy. So, again, give Joe time to get acclimated to these people's moves and to, again, so what? He called it big shoulder. Wade Barrett, again, being a great, color commentator that he is, immediately corrected torpedo Moscow. So, again, this story annoyed me just for the fact that, this poor guy felt so bad he went and grabbed t-shirts to give out because he thought that he wasn't great because he was getting fucking trashed online, and he wasn't even bad. He actually did very fucking good for his first night on the job.
Way better than all the fucking previous fucking iterations of the new guy, man. Like, he did fine. Obviously, he's not a markout demon, so he's not gonna know every fucking move in the book. And wrestling fans are just, they could just be whiny dickheads, man. So, I hope he realizes he doesn't always have to listen to him. And I hope everything goes well, because he's fucking great, man. He really is.
Thank you, Bell. Bro. She says, meanwhile, these people love listening to AEW's commentary team. When I tell you that is a collection of just what the fuckery for 2 hours every Wednesday night, I literally sit there and I just say to myself, what? Half of the show. I'd sit there and I say to myself, what did he just fucking say? And I would rather listen to Joe Tessitore, accidentally fucking up one of Dragunov's signature moves, than rather listen to Excalibur say, swing and a miss, for
Literally
60 fucking thousand times in an hour. Swing and a miss. Swing and a miss. Swing and a miss.
All he fucking says, dude. That commentary is it's just like the most sloppy and organized shit in the world. Don't know how people like their commentary team. Literally, like Bell says, besides Taz.
Taz is fucking talking to him. Nobody's answering him. Taz is asking him a question, and you just hear... After Taz's question, like, dude, what? Answer him. Like, what? He just asked you a question. Like, bro, I cannot explain to you how much AEW's commentary pisses me off. There's another thing Excalibur says, and I can't fucking think of what it is. But he's got a couple things. He's got a couple things that he says that just absolutely make my skin crawl. But dude, again, NXT's commentary. I'm not gonna lie to you, Vic Joseph bores me to death. Vic Joseph. Yeah. Well, it's not even, honestly, I love NXT's commentary team because they're so fucking bad. Like, Vic Joseph,
hilarious.
Like Booker T, absolutely one of the greatest bad commentators of all. He's probably the greatest horrible commentator of all time. And then Vic Joseph just moaning all night. Dude, anytime somebody hits a finisher, you just hear, like, dude, call the move. Why are you, like, bro, what?
What the fuck are you moaning for, dude? But I love Booker on commentary. He's fucking hilarious. So I actually don't mind Booker. He's so bad, he's good.
Dude,
I fucking loved when he was on Raw.
When Obafemi comes out and he goes, no bread, no water, just meat. What? What? Like, what? And then,
dude, he just be saying shit.
I always love seeing like great like moments in NXT matches because you literally hear Vic Joseph moaning the finish. Like when when Trick beat Dragunov for the NXT title. Oh, trick shot. Oh, trick shot. Like, dude, what?
Dude, like, what are you moaning for, bro? Like,
call the move. Why are you moaning on live television, bro? Trick shot. Oh. Like,
Their commentary team is fucking hilarious, man.
they have the greatest, worst commentary team of all time is NXT, which makes it fucking amazing to listen to because it's just so hilarious.
Oh, it really is. That
I
shit is
mean,
truly fucking hilarious.
oh, dude, I'm just sitting there like, dude, what are these guys talking about? Like, I genuinely think that Michael Cole, because Michael Cole directs all the commentary in WWE, I think he has them there to show the other commentators what not to do. Like, dude,
Literally. Just,
what,
hey, don't do this down there.
man? I mean, again, when Ethan Page won the NXT title, trick shot, no, oh no, oh god, Ethan Page won the title, oh god, like, dude, what are you talking about, bro? And
Uh,
then you just hear Booker,
oh, he did it, man.
man, like, bro, what?
It's champ.
Well,
Like, dog.
dude, they're hilarious. They're hilarious. But AEW's commentary, what pisses
They're
me
dead.
off is they come off like they try to be they come off like they try to be serious.
Oh, they try to be so serious. Like, dude, when there's like a sad moment, like quote unquote on TV, dude, having your Excalibur in his fucking sad voice,
We.
or even Tony Schiavone in his sad, it's like, dog.
Well,
What are you
Tony
doing?
Schiavone's sad because he's fucking getting flashbacks to fucking Bash at the Beach 2000, and
Well, every week, but like, dog, it's fucking, dude, Excalibur is one of the worst commentators, bro. He
I don't
is.
know why they brought him on, but he fucking sucks. When he gets a, we'll be receiving a medical update. Like, dude, you sound so fucking stupid, bro. And again, with Joe Tessitore, the fact that they made that man feel like, I seen a tweet and it said, when Joe Tessitore called, it's Drew McIntyre in a hoodie, when he called that, it was so refreshing because most of the time, you know, we see Solo Sikoa walking out there in a black hoodie and the commentators are, oh my God, who is that? Who's that guy? Like, dude, we know damn fucking well who this is. But the fact, and again, they could have, like, bro, we all know who's sweeping CM Punk off the table. The commentators could have very well been like, oh my God, who is this? Who is this? Who is this street thug? Who is this vigilante? Oh my God, it's Drew McIntyre. Like, no, I actually really like that. And it was a funny call, you know, oh my God, it's Drew McIntyre in a hoodie. But at the end of the day, Joe didn't play stupid. He knew exactly who the fuck it was.
Logan, bro, I got that vibe when I heard his voice too.
Dude.
It's not exact, but I get that vibe, that cadence, that professional great cadence.
Yep.
Dude, man, I was like, damn, that kind of sounds a little weird in a good way, because I was like, damn.
And the first time I heard Mauro Ranallo was like the first time I heard Joe Tessitore. I'll say that.
Mm-hmm.
When I first heard Mauro Ranallo, that first 15 minutes of me listening to him, I was like, I don't really know about this guy. But then, dude, as you get to listening to him, like, the first time I heard Mauro Ranallo was during a SmackDown in 2016 pre-brand split. Brand split didn't happen yet. And I was like, I don't really know about this guy. But then as 2016 SmackDown moved on, and as we got into it, I was like, dude, this guy is fucking phenomenal. Joe Tessitore, same thing. First 15 minutes of Raw, I was like, but dude, as that show went on, I was like, dude, this guy's fucking great. Like, this guy's amazing. But I thought he did great, and I hate that the IWC made him feel that way because, again, Dragunov's a new character, and Joe's new. If he doesn't know the Torpedo Moscow, he's gonna fucking know the Torpedo Moscow in a month, okay? Get over it.
Exactly.
And again, the refreshingness behind Joe's calls, again, I cannot stress how both funny and how great it's Drew McIntyre in a hoodie. It's so simple. He didn't play stupid. It was great. It was fantastic. Again, I can't tell you how many times Solo Sikoa has ran up in a black hoodie and everybody's like, "Who the hell is that? Who is that? Oh my god, it's Solo." Like, obvious fucking
Shit.
Lee. Who else is wearing a black hoodie with taped up feet with fucking with Samoan tribal fucking shorts on? Who is that? And a tape thumb. Like, what is it? It's not like, what? Who? I don't know. But I hate that the IWC made him feel that way. I think Joe was great. And again, I think people complaining about Joe listen to Swing and a Miss every fucking week. Dude, I can't tell. We just talked about it on Monday, how when Jon Moxley came back from his hiatus, when Excalibur was like, "Oh my, something's off with Moxley. That is Jon Moxley, but something's different." How bad was that, dude? I mean, what was that? I mean, he is trashed, bro. I'm sorry. Garbage.
He's so bad, dude. And like Bell says in the comments, dude, they have I always mess up his name.
Ian
The
Riccaboni.
ROH company. I was gonna call it, man. I was gonna mispronounce the fuck out of his name, but
Yeah.
yes, he's great, dude. Put him on the actual show. Put him on Dynamite.
They had him on Collision. Then he wanted to stop working Saturdays so he could be with his family. So, I mean, I guess that plays into it. But if Tony could at least get him for a couple Dynamites out of the year, I think Ian Riccaboni's great. And we're actually going to talk about Ian Riccaboni in a little bit as well, because I thought Kevin Kelly was great too. And, obviously they had their differences with him, but Ian Riccaboni is very good. He's very good. And he, I guess, just, I know, I mean, I get he wants to be with his family, but if Tony could at least get him for pay-per-views, at least.
At least, dog. Like, come on. Should not have to hear that man Excalibur.
But he is just, what? Him as the lead play-by-play, dude, that's gotta change, man. He is just not fucking good. He's not good.
He's garbage. Mm-mm.
I mean, could you imagine how much better the product would be with a Mauro Ranallo on the booth? Or, I mean, there's a ton of Tom Phillips from Impact. Him, dude. Something, bro. Something other than Excalibur would be great. But anyways, I hate that they made Joe. Excuse me. I hate that they made Joe Tessitore feel that way. However, he was a passionate fan, as he says. It brought out the little kid in him, and he wants to see smiles on faces, dude. Going and passing out T-shirts to the kids in the audience, bro. That's the kind of guy you want on your team. If I'm Triple H,
that really is.
Yeah, he was great. I loved him. And again, obviously there's things he needs to work on. Obviously, it was his first week on the job, his first week doing professional wrestling commentary. So obviously he's not going to be perfect, but to trash the guy on social media, you guys are idiots. I mean, seriously, you guys are fucking idiots. Yeah, Joe was awesome, and I'm excited to see more of Joe, and I'm excited for Monday Night Raw going forward, because that means we will get to see Joe and get to see him develop more, so I like it.
Exactly.
Talking about Tom Hannafin. I think it's Tom Phillips, and I think the other guy's Aiden English. I think Aiden English is their color commentator.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So, which Aiden English has a pretty good voice as well. I've never listened to their commentary, but I know, Aiden English has a pretty good voice, nonetheless. But, yeah, man. So that is the news on the unwarranted Joe Tessitore backlash. And, yes, Mauro. Yeah, I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago we ran that story. But yeah, Mauro is back doing professional wrestling for Maple Leaf Pro. So that's Scott D'Amore's promotion.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. That is the news on Joe Tessitore. That's the news on Joe Tessitore, and like I said, his unwarranted backlash for um his commentary. So, well, being that we were just kind of speaking on it, AEW has gotten themselves in a lawsuit with Kevin Kelly and the Tate twins. PW Insider is reporting that AEW owner Tony Khan and AEW and ROH announcer Ian Riccaboni are being sued by former AEW announcer Kevin Kelly and Brandon and Brent Tate, who've worked in Ring of Honor as the Tate boy or as the boys for Dalton Castle. The lawsuit was filed in the Philadelphia County, Pennsylvania Court of Common Pleas this past Friday. The 41st page of the lawsuit alleges that the Tates were defamed by Khan after they were released from AEW and ROH this past March, when Khan claimed publicly that the Tates no-showed events. The brothers disputed this claim and have done so again, claiming that they owned travel, money, royalties, and reimbursements, and suggest that Khan's remarks have led to them not working since leaving AEW, with promotions subsequently viewing them as untrustworthy. Meanwhile, Kelly alleges that he was defamed by AEW and Riccaboni after the latter made comments on a Discord server. What?
Oh, what?
After a what? Okay, anyway, my bad. That caught me off guard.
My Reddit, Discord, my God.
Man.
Find some freaks over there.
You really do. Lifting the house down. Kevin Kelly alleges he was defamed by AEW and Ian Riccaboni after the latter made comments on a Discord server regarding Kelly's support for the film Sound of Freedom, with Riccaboni referring to the film as a Quanon movie. Kelly denies having any association with the movement and claims that he has reached out to Riccaboni to resolve the matter, with Riccaboni never responding. Kevin Kelly further alleges that AEW told him they disciplined Riccaboni, though never revealed how they did so, and he states he subsequently suffered mental health and marital issues as a result after not being booked for AEW Revolution this past March. Kelly claims he reached out to AEW regarding treatment as he had done earlier. He alleges that he never got a response prior to being released from AEW in April. As with the Tates, Kelly is also seeking money and own royalties, reimbursement for travel. Both sides are seeking a class action lawsuit stating they are misidentified as independent contractors. As of this writing, neither Khan, Riccaboni, or AEW have responded to the lawsuit, and it appears that they have not been served. A case management regarding the lawsuit is currently scheduled for November 15th. As again, they are stating they are being misidentified as independent contractors over employees. Yikes. So, obviously we all know the boys, or the Tate twins, got released, and Tony Khan said that they were no-showing events, and it looks like no company has been willing to book them since. So it seems as if they are suing AEW for that. And Kevin Kelly, seems as if he made some sort of or Ian Riccaboni made some sort of comments about him on a Discord server, and made comments about Kevin Kelly having association with the Quanon movement. And you know, I guess Kevin Kelly went to AEW management about it, and they never did anything. Man,
Shocker.
this is a this is a messed up situation, bro. This is a messed up situation. Obviously, if that is true, and if the Tate twins did not do anything, and if Tony Khan's comments has not gotten them booked on events, that really, really sucks for them. And, as for Kevin Kelly, I thought he was a great commentator, and I thought that, you know, I just don't. I don't know. I don't know why AEW doesn't do some sort of, you know, system where, I don't know why they don't do a sort of system where you get, strikes and you get opportunities, and where you kind of leave a paper trail to kind of cover your ass as a company. Because if the Tates were no showing events, I would punish them for each time they did it and have a paper trail to lead up to that, instead of just kind of firing them. Because now they could come back at you with stuff like this, and we don't know what's true or what's not. And as for the Ian Riccaboni stuff, man, again, now, according to Kevin Kelly's claims, Ian said some stuff about him. Kevin Kelly went to management and they didn't do anything about it. So, man, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, if that is true, that is typical AEW management for you. And if anything like that is true, then that obviously is that's not that is what was I saying? If if it is true, if it is true, then that's classic AEW management, man. And if it's not true, then man, um,
It's interesting, man. It's
yeah,
interesting. I mean, it's classic AEW from the sounds of it. The Tate Twins one is very interesting because that one can be very 50-50. If, Tony Khan was the one telling the truth, obviously. Like you said, they should have had a system that punished them or even just recorded each incident so they have evidence to back up their claims, man. And they don't. So either, Tony Khan is lying, which is a very fucking scummy thing to do,
yeah,
or and Tate twins are lying, which is, kind of the classic. You get in trouble, you deny it. And if you don't have the evidence against it, it's not a great look for the company, man. So either or, I don't know why Tony Khan would go out and just say that. But Tony Khan, he really doesn't think before he does anything. Um, and with the Kevin Kelly situation, I mean, he had coworker go on, a form of social media, technically, and talk bad about him and make him look bad, and that's not a good thing to have. And if you went to management and they did nothing, that is an AEW problem. I mean, a lot of people in AEW have had that problem,
yep,
man. So it's very hope this can be nothing but a lesson for AEW to fix their shit, man. Get organized, fix their shit. We tell them every fucking week. Um, and it never stops, man. So hopefully this is another. Hopefully an actual lawsuit can be enough of a slap to get your fucking shit organized, man.
yeah. And like Sir K says, man, it really, if any of this is true, man, then it is that is very scummy of AEW to do. And if it's not, then it'll come to light, and these people will get what they have, get what they got coming, which is what it is. But if it is true, then again, that is a very scummy thing to do, because now these guys have lost jobs, and Kevin Kelly's name has just been dragged all through the mud for something that should have been taken care of by AEW management. And
Hmm.
but that's really one thing they gotta get a lot better on if they wanna be a long lasting company, which we all want them to, which is why we all want them
Yeah.
to get better at this kind of stuff, is getting getting their whole backstage shit together, because there's got to be things in place. It can't just be this buddy buddy system that they have. There's got to be things in place. There's got to be consequences for your actions. Um but yeah, I don't know, man. But again, if it's again, tell them every week. We literally do tell them this kind of shit every week. They got to get this kind of shit together, man. They really really do. Because it's ridiculous. But again, if it is true, it's very fucked up. If it's not true, that'll come to light eventually, and the people who are lying on AEW's name will get what they have coming to them, but we'll just have to wait and see, man. But very messed up situation, bro.
Very, very. Hope everything gets settled.
So, speaking of more AEW news, this is regarding Bryan Danielson. This is regarding Bryan Danielson. Okay, so Bryan Danielson reveals that when his manager filed the trademark to the Yes chant, he received an email from WWE that was from WWE telling him he was infringing. And here I thought that WWE actually let Bryan do it because Bryan was so good to them.
Nope, had to
I,
fight for it.
I,
Shocker.
I guess not. I got you,
That's where
Bill.
we go. TKO is still there.
She says, he says, my bad. He says, it's weird. I applied for it, but then I got it. It wasn't necessarily a cease and desist. I got some sort of legal letter from WWE. Laughs. That's funny, of course. Good old Bryan. He says, listen, it's really weird because my manager texted me and said, hey, this thing is available. Do you want to get it? And I was like, how much does it cost? Bryan, you're rich. Just buy the
Bryan, you work under Tony Khan. Just tell Tony Khan I'll buy it for you.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
I always love when celebrities do that. Like I remember I was watching this interview with LeBron a couple years ago and he was talking about how his Pandora still has ads. And the interviewer was like, dude, you're fucking LeBron James. Just pay the fucking $10 a month. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just pay.
Like, what?
She says, hey, this thing is available. Do you want to get it? And I was like, how much does it cost? And it was like, wasn't that much. So I was like, okay, sure. And then shortly after that, I got an email from WWE saying, oh, this is infringing on this or that or whatever. And I'm like, dude, I'm not trying to sell anybody anything. I just want to do my thing. Bryan owns it. If he owns it, if they're, again, he's not selling shirts that say yes, yes, yes. He's literally just doing his chant. So, and again, I'm glad that we're moving, as much as WWE wants to stop it and as much as they want to stop, I'm glad that we're moving to a era of wrestling where people bring their shit with them. Like, dude, if MJF or Will Ospreay or Swerve Strickland ever jump over to WWE, I fully expect them to keep their name and their theme songs. Jon Moxley, you know.
Exactly. I would fully expect them to keep all their respected trademarks and use them over there.
So, you know, if WWE if WWE, oh no, MVP calling Triple H a racist.
Oh yeah, he's been doing that for months.
I was gonna say, dude, I heard that. I was gonna say, I thought I heard that a while ago, but it was just so stupid to me because if you look through, like, I mean, do we really have to explain, like, dude, okay, so, and people love to say, you know, that Triple H was, you know, he did some shady stuff that was racist back in the day with DX. Dude, that's the 90s we're talking about. Do you know how much shit flew in the fucking 90s? I mean, come on, bro. People were doing all types of shit that you could never, ever do on television today. But I did hear that. MVP was calling Triple H a racist. And I mean, dude, you look at talent like Bianca Belair, dude, that is a Triple H homegrown talent, bro. Carmelo Hayes, you know, Carmelo Hayes is on the system and is, oh, he took it back.
Yeah, he took it back. I see the article. She reposted now. MVP, I never said Triple H is racist. Hulk Hogan is racist. He said it himself.
Yeah, he did say it himself.
He did say it multiple times himself, so but I guess he went back on it. So, but I remember seeing that when it was happening.
Yeah, I mean it is what it is, bro. It is what it is. If that's what he thinks, oh well. Oh well, what are you gonna do? I mean, at the end of the day, bro, Triple H has pushed a lot of black talent, dude. Who's the only guy to ever hold the NXT and the NXT North American Championship at the same time? That's a black guy. It's Keith fucking Lee. You know what I mean? So,
Deeply.
oh fuck, I don't even fucking get me started. Look, dude, look at. I mean, again, I mean, look at one of their. Look at NXT right now, bro. I mean, you look at the Carmelo Hayes. You look at Trick. Trick's like their biggest star right now, and who's again another one of their most up and coming stars on that brand, Obafemi. I mean, come on,
Yeah,
bro. If the system, if Triple H's regime and his system was so racist, bro, then all these guys would not be fucking getting the time of day. Um, so I mean, it is what it is, but I don't know. But anyways, back to Brian. Back to Brian, man. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, he's not trying to sell anybody anything. He's not selling yes, yes, yes shirts. He's at the end of the day, dude, he's just doing his chant, and it's Brian Danielson. Could you fucking lay off the guy, please?
exactly. It's fucking. He's not gonna do anything. He didn't even want to have merch in the first place. So, just let him be, man. He's just doing it for him.
Exactly. That man literally, I'll never forget when he came into AEW, he was lobbying to not have merch, and he didn't want to wear his merch because he didn't want to. He
Oh,
felt
keep that
bad
stuff.
pressuring the fans to buy something that he wears, and he can't. For his first month in AEW, this dude came out with a white T-shirt. Like, bro,
Like,
come on,
come on, dog.
fucking Brian. Um, so that is the news on Brian Danielson trying to get his trademark or getting his yes trademark, but then being, I guess, halted by WWE, man. So it definitely sucks that he had to go through that, but at the end of the day, nothing should happen to Brian here at all.
No, nothing at all.
So with that, more lawsuits. The story of this episode of news. More lawsuits, dude. This time involving the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, and it's actually because the American Nightmare. So Wesley Isold, the lead singer of the band American Nightmare, has filed a lawsuit against WWE, Cody Rhodes, and Fanatics over Cody's use of the American Nightmare nickname. The lawsuit, submitted in the federal court in California, accuses the defendants of trademark infringement, breach of contract, and interference with agreements. Isold has the owner of the trademark American Nightmare in clothing, music, and entertainment since 2016. In 2021, he reached an agreement with Cody Rhodes allowing him to use the name, provided specific specific conditions provided. The conditions were not met. Wesley now claims WWE, Cody Rhodes, and Fanatics violated the agreement by selling merch with the American Nightmare name, which fails to adequately reference Cody as a wrestler. He also notes confusion with fans wearing Cody's merch to his band's concerts and tagging his band in posts about Cody. Isold is seeking at least up to $150,000 in damages and additional damages of up to $300K for trademark infringement along with attorney fees.
Man.
And it's also being
What a-
said that Cody paid him $30K for the use of the trademark, but apparently he's saying that they violated it because the American Nightmare name fails to adequately reference Cody as a wrestler.
Which makes no sense in everything he said. First of all, you could literally look up on the trademarks on like copyright website, whatever the official, and it literally says, the American Nightmare, Cody Reynolds is the owner. Like it literally gives you the name of the owner, and it's Cody. It's his legal name. He's been the legal owner since 2017. So this dude is just capping, just head to toe, lying
Yeah.
his ass off. There was American Nightmare merch in AEW. There was American Nightmare merch before AEW. He literally got the trademark from Dustin, is what I'm heard. So, eh, dude's just lying. He's just trying to get some money out of fucking WWE and Fanatics, and I hope it fucking blows up in his face.
Absolutely. And at the very least, all WWE is going to do here is put the
Yeah, you just
on
gotta
top.
put.
Yeah, all
And,
literally at the very least, all they're going to do is put the at the beginning of all this American Nightmare trademark, because I believe Cody owns the trademark for the American Nightmare. I believe I seen that, but apparently this guy owns the American Nightmare trademark, which um yeah, I again,
and
according to him, he does, but you can literally look it up on the U.S. Trademark Patent website, and the owner is Cody Runnels, as Sir K says.
it literally just says Cody Rowe. And like Bell says, you can't just trademark something in media. You have to trademark it in that exact media.
Yep.
So he very well might have it in music,
Yeah.
but it's just in music. So if someone has an American Nightmare wrestling T-shirt, if they and doesn't have to say or dictate wrestling in the T-shirt, as long as it's sold by that wrestling company, completely legal. Someone can trademark it for movies, TV. Each one of those things is completely separate. And so he's just lying. Like Bell says, Metallica, I remember hearing the story. They tried to sue Sandman for, enter Sandman in his name, and it didn't work because they're completely different medias. Just because you own the trademark in one media, doesn't mean you own it in the other. So
Yep.
if he does own an American Nightmare trademark, it has nothing to do with Cody because it's in music. And I highly doubt Cody trademarked it in music because he doesn't need to. So
Yeah.
dude's just trying to get some money.
He absolutely is. I mean, look at Cactus Jack. I'm sure
Yeah,
WWE or Mick Foley owns the trademark to Cactus Jack, and Travis Scott is available to use it in music
because
because
he's using it in music and not wrestling. It's the most obvious shit in the world.
yeah, and uh, I don't know. This is all just so stupid. Saying, mention. I believe I seen somewhere he was mentioning that Cody ghosted him or whatever. It's like, dude, you can literally look it up. Cody has the trademark to the American Nightmare, and again, if you have the trademark to American Nightmare without the, it's probably
Well,
in fucking music. It's probably in
exactly.
music, and if um and again, like I said, if WWE does have any shirts that just say American Nightmare, which I believe they do, if he has that trademarked in clothing, all WWE has to fucking do is put the on the
At
shirt.
the thought, and you're good. You probably don't even need to add it to the shirt. You probably just have to add it to the title of the shirt, and you're good. So it's like, come on, dude.
Yeah, so it definitely seems as if he's trying to get some money out of WWE, and he's probably seeing how big Cody Rhodes has got, because where was this lawsuit when he was selling American Nightmare merch on Pro Wrestling Tees? I have a Bullet Club shirt that says
It's
the
just
American Nightmare on it. I ha
like
I have an AEW Cody shirt. I have a WWE shirt that says American Nightmare on it. And again, if that is breaching it whatsoever, all WWE has to do is add the. And again, where was this shit a couple years ago when he was in AEW on the Indies selling American Nightmare? He, at the very most, I think he, you know, um, didn't press anything because Cody Because Cody wasn't as big, and now that he sees how big Cody is, and how big and how much money that they make off of his merchandise and stuff, now he wants to capitalize on a little bit of that and get something out of that for himself. That's what I see this as. But yeah,
Well,
this seems so stupid to me, man.
oh, 100%. It's so stupid and so desperate. And I hope it blows up in his face.
So, oh, that's cool. I didn't know that. Bell says Travis Scott asked Mick Foley or credited him for wanting to use the Cactus Jack name. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
That's
that's really
pretty
cool.
cool.
Hope that's true. That's cool.
So, uh, yeah, man, that's the news on the Cody lawsuit. And with that, we actually got some news on some more WWE re-signs as Asuka, according to PW Insider, has signed a new long-term deal with the WWE. Pretty good news. I mean, I know she's injured right now, but pretty good news, man. Pretty good news to hear that Asuka has re-signed with the company, and she's going to be around for a long time. And obviously, we know Triple H loves her, and this regime loves her. So I don't know anybody that's going to be upset with Asuka staying around.
No, exactly. Glad she is. Triple H loves her. She loves WWE, and great re-signing, man.
Definitely. And with that, Shayna Baszler has also re-signed with WWE, as we have another one of Triple H's babies here from NXT, and it's nice that she's sticking around too. And I'm, they're, minus the name, I mean, they're at least they do have Shayna doing something on Raw. Again, I guess it's not the best, but I don't know how Shayna Baszler hasn't been a women's champion by now, but hopefully she, gets her time, and it's nice that they like having her around, and they're gonna keep her around.
Definitely, man. Hopefully she put in her contract to leave that fucking group. But if she didn't, it is what it is. And I'm glad she resigned, man. She's a great talent that I hope eventually gets, singles championship run.
I always think back to WrestleMania 36. I don't know how WWE had Becky Lynch go over there. I don't know how.
That made no sense.
None whatsoever. So, with that, the Observer is reporting that WWE is approaching a number of people whose deals are coming up over the next several months to sign a new contract. And with that, I have heard that Sheamus is pretty close to signing a new deal as well. He hasn't yet, but I've heard that he is pretty close to doing so. And yeah, so it
Yes,
looks
my boy, put that song in that motherfucking contract. You have to.
100%. Oh, I
Please do it.
100% would, no question. But yeah, man, so it looks like Sheamus is one of the guys on WWE's list to nail down to a new deal, but it looks like there's a number of people. So I'm sure for the next couple of weeks we will be hearing about WWE re-signing people to contracts, man, which is a good thing. So yeah.
Always great to see.
So yeah, man, that is the news on Asuka re-signing, Shayna and Sheamus all re-signing with the company, man. Moving over to some well, we actually have news on a potential show coming up. According to WrestleVotes, WWE is set to announce a live primetime special. Saturday night's main event on NBC soon. Interesting. I don't know if this is going to be like a pay-per-view type special, almost like a Battle of the Belts, just kind of like a special that they do on the network that's just on like a
Mhm.
random Saturday or something, that's free to watch. But I don't know if that's going to be the case, but it should be interesting nonetheless.
What a lot of people are speculating, it's gonna be a live event that's, shown as a special that take cause there's a live event booked the same night as World's End.
Knew it.
So a lot of people
Fucking
think
knew
it's
it.
gonna be something to counter that. So that's what I think it's gonna be.
Yeah, because aren't they running? No, I don't think it's close, but I know it's the same night.
Yeah, they think it's just the same night. They're holding a live event the same night as World Ends, so I see that being, this special.
That is hilarious. I could very well see that. I could very well
Oh
see
yeah,
that being the case, and that is typical WWE. The counter programming continues.
gotta love it.
Speaking of shows, man, Monday Night Raw. Well, we know where FTR's fucking eyes are going to be on Monday. For the season premiere of Monday Night Raw from Canada, Bret Hart will reportedly be on the show. Oh boy.
Man,
I bet they wish that Bret was I bet they wish that that Bret was on the show now. Or that I bet they wish that they came back to WWE now.
oh, they are. They're fucking begging to go over there. But it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be cool to see them. And a lot of people are, not a lot of people. What am I saying? It'd be hilarious if a part of the Drew storyline with Punk, Punk gets really mad at him because he missed Brett on Raw because he was out. That would be fucking hilarious.
Naysayers. My man, what up, bro? How's it going?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Yeah, man. So if you guys are gonna be watching Monday, or Raw on Monday, Bret Hart will be there. We all know FTR is gonna be watching because they can't get enough
Oh,
of him.
they love the fucking guy.
Bret's a legend, man. Bret's a legend.
He really is.
So, SmackDown. We got a lot of news on the SmackDown on September 13th. So, next week's season premiere of SmackDown. F4W Online is reporting WWE is planning a huge, unforgettable night of action for the fans to celebrate SmackDown's return to the USA Network on September 13th. It was noted The Rock, yes, sir, The Rock and
Hey,
John Cena are set to make appearances on the show depending on their schedule and current projects outside of the company. Dude,
please let us get the Ultimate Glazer, dude.
if I see The Rock beating his fucking forearms, that's all I need for my night, man. I just need to see The Rock pointing at his forearms, just
Forearm, all the goose.
ultimately, yeah, all the goosebumps. He's just mad in love with himself. This is interesting because if we do see The Rock, you obviously left us off on the final boss. I do not expect to see this, babyface Rock. He's happy to be there. He's wearing his Project Rock merch, which is great clothing, by the way. But he's wearing his Project Rock stuff, and he's Dwayning it up. I'm expecting to see the final boss, and also, if we do see the final boss, there's a lot of shit he can address.
There's a
So
lot.
yeah, so it's very interesting to see um what is he there for? Why is he here? You know what I mean? I'm very interested to see that, and I'm very interested to see that and just see how that all goes, man. So it's interesting. It's interesting to see, man. And as for Cena, I feel like, Cena could, show up and just kind of do his own thing. Remind everybody he's going to be back in about 3-4 months for the farewell tour. Kind of do his shtick and move on. But The Rock is interesting to me
Mm-hmm.
because, again, a lot has happened since he's been gone. Solo got a full-time job at the drive-thru. You know what I mean? We have brung in the fucking goat of all goats, the the most intimidating member of the bloodline. I mean, one of the just a star that is just huge on the rise. And I mean, he's a guy who's a future world champion, and he's a guy who a lot of people want to see that match with Roman Reigns. And I'm talking about
Mm-hmm.
Tongaloa.
The infamous, exactly, the
Um,
infamous Tongaloa.
Again, he's a guy that a lot of people want to see as a future world champion. We want to see him hold that belt up, crooked as fuck. Um, and then, there's also a guy in the bloodline, one of the smaller members, named, Jacob Fatu, he's there. And then Tama Tonga's in the faction now. So there's a lot. And then obviously Roman Reigns is back as a baby face, so how's that all going to work if we do see The Rock? So it's going to be very interesting, and I'm excited. I'm excited for that. Um, I'm excited for that. And then also, that is the day that a lot of people think Roman will be coming back after his attack from, Jacob Fatu. So, yeah.
Only very interesting. Wonder how Rock's gonna do everything when he's on SmackDown, man. But I'm very excited. It could be a good ass episode, and I can't wait, man.
So, I was seeing a rumor. I don't think it's true, but I was seeing a rumor. Again, I do not think it's true at all, but I was seeing a rumor that The Rock is going to cost Cody the WWE Championship, which would then lead to a Rock versus Cody bloodline, or Rock versus Cody War Games. I just don't see The Rock in War Games. I just don't see
No,
it.
you can't hide water and have the fucking thing like that.
Well, you could have like people continuously bring it into the cage. Like, you know how they bring in weapons? Everybody could just bring in a heal up for The Rock. Just bring him in a water bottle. Here you go, bro.
Ugh, I would be shocked.
Bring me a fucking water. I'm a final ball. But anyway, I was seeing that. I don't think it's gonna happen, but we all know The Rock's coming back for the title. And we all know The Rock likes to say, the business is hot again because of him, but he only comes back for WrestleMania season. So, good old Rock. He's just so in love with himself. I can't help but love the guy.
Literally did.
So I'm interested to see him though. I've you gotta appreciate the ultimate Glazer himself.
You have to. You can't not appreciate the Ultimate Glazer.
Exactly. When he's here, we up.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, moving on to that same episode of SmackDown. Hey, do not disrespect The Rock. The business is hot, and it's all because of him.
Only The Rock.
He may not have wrestled since 2013, but before he came back, the business was hot because of him. You got to believe him.
Exactly.
He knows what he's talking about when it comes to himself. So, speaking of that episode of SmackDown, the September 13th edition of SmackDown, according to WRKD Wrestling, there is talks of having Solo versus Cody take place on the debut episode of the USA Network's, the SmackDown debut on USA Network. So I actually think WWE is going to do this. And the reason I think they're going to do this is because of, if you look at what they're doing, or if you looked at what they might do, Julia versus Roxanne Perez, that match, it looks like they're building it up for the debut episode of the CW network in Chicago and, the debut of NXT on CW. And again, if they want to create an exciting night of television for the SmackDown debut on USA, I think they do Cody and Solo now because, to be honest, bro, nobody wants to see the match happen at Bad Blood. Nobody.
No. It's not a pay-per-view match at this point, and I think it's smart to do it at that episode of SmackDown.
I think at Bad Blood for the Bloodline, I think you probably do maybe Cody versus Randy, and then maybe for the Bloodline, I think maybe you do something along the lines of Roman versus Solo, or if WWE wants to be really bold, they could do Jacob versus Roman, Or what I could also see them doing is Roman and Jimmy versus, I was gonna say Cody and Solo. Solo and Jacob. I could very well see that being the case.
Definitely.
Yeah, I could very well see them doing that. But again, if you were gonna do this match, I would honestly do it. I would honestly do it next week. I would not save this one for Bad Blood, if I'm being honest.
No.
And with that, WWE has seemingly put out USA Network has released what will be the new SmackDown logo on its channel, and the Blue Brand show will be getting a new logo. So I am going to show you guys right now. This is the logo that they had up. What the fuck is this? This is a little bent and a little more 3D of a SmackDown logo. What is this? See, and there's the thing. I actually really fuck with this SmackDown logo. I do. But this has been the SmackDown logo for 5 years. I was really hoping that moving networks would change the logo of the show.
Nope.
This makes me a little disappointed, only because I was expecting something different too for Raw on Netflix. But now that we're seeing that this is the change that they're going with,
we won't get none new.
It makes me feel the Raw on Netflix logo maybe just a bent 3D version of the current logo, which again, I fuck with the current logos. But But again, I just really thought we were going to go with something completely new and fresh. And also too, I'm really hoping for, I'm not excited about it because I really don't trust WWE to do this kind of thing, but I was really hoping for a new stage. Like, when SmackDown first went to Fox, how they had those giant, prongs on the those were so cool. And those were so cool, man. And they went away and we never got them back. And now we kind of just got this. I'm glad they don't go with the giant LED screen for a stage anymore. It's basically the same thing, but just at a smaller scale. But I would actually really like something with a little more charisma, like how the SmackDown back in the day had the fist. I'm not saying go back to the fist, but in 2019 how they had the prongs, I would really like something just something to commemorate a new era of SmackDown, something recognizable on the stage for both shows, to be honest.
Definitely, I think just a recognizable shape added to those would really help. I doubt we're gonna get it. I really don't think. TKO is very cheap with a lot of things, and I think something like that would be one of the things they're gonna be cheap for. So the logo's fine. I didn't expect much change with this, with that type of stuff anyway. So it is what it is. It's just a little disappointing.
Definitely, and oh my god.
God damn. Look at that.
Limey.
He's here.
My boy. What the hell is going on, bro? What is going on?
How you doing, man?
My man Naysayer says, do you think we'll ever get a cruiserweight belt? I think
no.
I think if WWE wanted a cruiserweight belt, I think under Triple H, I actually think they would have a really successful division. Because you have a lot of great cruiserweight guys. And I would like to, if WWE were to ever bring back a cruiserweight belt, I would like them to not do a division where you're trapped to the division. I think
just like a belt.
I think it could be a belt that could float between both shows, and the only way to compete for the belt is obviously being 205 and under. You know what I mean? Because they have a great cruiserweight division, man. You could have Finn Balor, JD McDonagh, Dragon Lee, Dragonoff, Carmelo Hayes, Javon Evans is another one. There's a lot. All right, there's a lot. There's a lot of there's a lot if they did want it. But do I think we'll get it? No. I think Triple H knows that Vince's cruiserweight division I think Triple H knows that the way Vince did cruiserweights probably put a damper on it for a little bit. In a couple years, I could see him trying it again. I could see Triple H trying another cruiserweight classic in a couple years.
I could see it. I could see him trying it again.
Yeah, once that taste is washed out of everybody's mouth.
Exactly.
Did
Exactly.
Tony
'Cause
have
it didn't
another?
end.
Oh, sorry, bro. What were you saying?
It didn't end all too well. So But
Did
go ahead.
Tony have another Twitter shitstorm?
I wouldn't be shocked.
Hold on. Hold up. Oh, no.
Oh no, she's just saying, TK's old. This new one he could have with her comment could be like his one from last year.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, my bad. I read it wrong. So, hey, man. I understand. I understand. I understand, brother. Well, we miss you,
God,
dog. Just a
God damn, I'm telling you.
Oh, okay. My bad. The original comment was off of my screen. I had to scroll up a little bit. Oh, dude. Yeah, whenever they do Title Tuesday, bro, when fucking WWE all of a sudden wants to do bring back WrestleMania on NXT. Oh yeah, yeah, if they bring the final boss, Tony would
Big
absolutely probably blow a gasket.
Oh yeah, he's exploding.
Because we all know how that went last year. That man was Undertaker and John Cena. Bro, how the fuck do you throw shade at Undertaker and John Cena? Get the fuck out of here,
Hey
bro.
man, he managed. It's Tony Khan.
He managed all right. So that's the news on the WWE and their debut episode of SmackDown on not Fox, USA. The debut episode of SmackDown in USA and the new logo and the main event for the show and the names they want to have for the show. So it's going to be a good show, man. I remember their season premiere last year, I think had The Rock on it, and it was a pretty good show.
Mhm.
It was very enjoyable. That obviously falls on a, big weekend for me. It falls on the anniversary weekend, so my anniversary weekend. So I probably won't be able to catch the show live, but I obviously will be watching as always, being that we do got unscripted on Monday after all. So
We
so
do.
yeah, man. So that is the news on the debut episode of SmackDown, and it's looking good, man. And I hope WWE is able to give us a good episode of SmackDown, because SmackDown is rather lifeless on most weeks.
Oh, it is. It is. So hopefully, SmackDown can get a little life breathed into it.
Which Tony Khan throwing shade at The Rock would be kind of funny, because I remember a couple years when Cody Rhodes cut that promo. That undesirable to undeniable promo that's just iconic in AEW.
Mm-hmm.
The Rock actually quote tweeted it and actually hyped Cody and the company up. So that would kind of be a little messed up. But it's Tony, and when he's having his meltdowns, he's having his meltdowns. So
Oh, Tony.
yeah. So Bronson Reed. My man Bronson Reed, bro. If you guys did not know, according to WrestleVotes, Bronson Reed was not on Monday Night Raw this past Monday and unable to compete in the triple threat match because he tested positive for COVID. Damn. We touched on it a little bit on Unscripted, but man, I hope he's healthy. I hope he's good, and I hope he's back by next Monday. And yeah, I hope to see him back, man, because he's actually on a hell of a run right now.
He is, dude. He's doing fucking phenomenal, man. And I hope him the best and a speedy recovery, man. I hope everything goes well.
No doubt. The Judgment Day. the Judgment Day, man. So, according to Fightful reports that Dominic Mysterio would have the horns the size of the ceiling. I don't know what that means, but the plans for WWE and the long-term story with Liv Morgan in the future is that Liv Morgan will have ended up having a secret relationship with Finn Balor. And we will have to see, but plans could always change. The story would logically go with Finn Balor having the secret relationship with Finn, and this would be a callback to Finn Balor taking Liv's key to her hotel room, and also the spot where Damian surprisingly found Balor and Morgan alone in the Judgment Day clubhouse. It also would go with the fact of, he calls himself Backstabber Balor, and
he does.
I honestly thought this would lead to Finn getting kicked out. Maybe he does ultimately and reveals that, Liv was, never mind. Maybe he
send me that one.
Maybe he reveals that, Liv was for the whole team, if you know what I'm saying, okay? Maybe he reveals that after he gets kicked out, or maybe they kick Dominic out, but then at that point, I think Dominic should be the next leader of the Judgment Day. I don't really want to see Dominic get pushed into a babyface role. I would rather, for the love of fucking God, see Finn Balor be put in the babyface role, but I honestly think that would be the best way to go with it, is having Finn get kicked out, and then, revealing that, Liv Morgan was, she was for the homies, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly, man. Exactly. That's very interesting to see that that's like the overall long-term plan so far. And interesting to see how it goes, if they do go with that, if they evolve it at all. I'm curious.
Absolutely. God, Durante. Jesus.
Oh God.
So speaking of the Judgment Day, Damian Priest. Damian Priest, man. Damian Priest recently did an interview on Insight with Chris Van Vliet. Damian Priest revealed that he was supposed to play Namor in Marvel's Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. He says, "It's a long story, but basically it got taken away from me, but not from Marvel." Chris then asked him, "Did you have the role?" Damian Priest said, "Yeah." And he revealed that the old regime did not let him appear in the film. Oh,
that's crazy.
my God.
He was going to play the fucking villain in that goddamn movie, and Vince told him no. That's crazy.
Dude, to answer Bell's comment, yes, Dominic actually has a very, very cool look. That Eddie Guerrero mullet with the mustache look is very, very cool.
It's a great look.
Bro,
wow.
This man, Damian Priest, bro, that is just, this is what I like. And we're seeing it now with like Drew McIntyre in the Killer's Game. He's like one of the, villains, one of the antagonists in the movie. How the fuck did it take until just now? Like, it is insane to me how much WWE got away with not letting these people do roles. And I hate that. And it really goes to show why Damian Priest was probably very frustrated with the company. And at one point, like he says in his documentary, he was frustrated with the company and he thought he was going to be out of the company. And it's probably because of bogus, petty shit like this, where
Hmm.
this guy's just he got a role taken away from him for no reason, no reason at
No,
all. And
literally. Mm-mm.
it sucks to see, man. It really, really does.
It really does. It sucks to see. I'm glad that type of shit is over and is done for. And I don't know how they got away with that shit for however long they did.
And of course, when Triple H takes over, all of a sudden you see Seth Rollins going and playing in the Captain America Winter Soldier movie. You know what I mean? I think all his scenes did end up getting cut, which sucks, but still he he was able to do it. He was able to
Hmm.
do it, and I mean, if it was Marvel's call to pull him from the MCU, then that's their call. But WWE let him do it, and Damian Priest here was gonna play in Black Panther, couldn't do it, and it really makes me think. WWE was just all about you had to only do WWE studio, shitty garbage ass films, and it's just like guys like Damian Priest, it really makes me think how many other people got suggested for roles because CM Punk has been on record saying, like, when he got released from WWE, countless people told him, like, yeah, we suggested you for this, but the company never got back to us.
That's crazy, dude. That's insane.
And it really makes me think how much stuff, like
People.
Bray, like the first name that comes to mind is Bray Wyatt.
Hmm.
Because I just can't help but think how many people over the course of however long he was doing the gimmick, I think it was like from 2013 all the way up until, obviously 2023, he was, he was an on-screen character. It really makes me wonder how many people suggested him for stuff
Hmm.
and it never even reached his plate. Or maybe it did and WWE told him no. That's fucked up, man.
No, that is really fucked up, man. It's fucked up. I wonder how many people didn't get roles that they were supposed to, and it's crazy that Vince got away with that shit for as long as he did, man.
It is ridiculous treating these people like employees, but calling them independent contractors, to make them feel good about themselves. But it's bogus, bro. It's bogus as shit, man. It really was, bro. No, sorry, calling them independent contractors, so he didn't really have responsibility at the end of the day, but treating them like employees and trying to tell them everything they can and can't do. So bogus. It's so bogus, dude. But yeah, man, it really sucks that roles this role got taken out from Damian Priest, and I'm glad that things like this have changed in WWE where, like I said, you see a lot of people doing films, you see a lot of people doing all types of different stuff now, and you see a lot of people doing all different types of stuff now, and it really just goes to show how much WWE has changed. And I'm glad that the mentality of nobody can be bigger than the business has gone
Is
away.
done.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Because at the end of the day, if Damian Priest was in Black Panther, dude, that's MCU, bro. You know how much people watch that, and you know how much people are into that. You don't think people would have been like, man, who is this big guy that, has a bronchitis laugh? Who is this guy? I want to go see him. You know what I mean? And then that tunes them and then that tunes them into WWE and it just gets more eyes on the product. So it's just such a selfish mentality from Vince McMahon. It really was, man. And I'm glad that that's going away.
I really am.
And the last story before we move on to the all out predictions, CM Punk and Gunther. PWN reports that WWE is considering CM Punk versus Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship at Survivor Series 2024 on November 30th in Canada, which will be the 1 year anniversary of Punk's return after a decade-long absence. oh my God, we may witness CM Punk die on November 30th.
Oh, that man is gonna get destroyed. It's gonna be great.
So I like this. I like this. I think CM Punk and Gunther are gonna mesh well. Gunther is old school. CM Punk loves old school style, but CM Punk's style isn't necessarily old school. There's hints of old school in it, but it's not necessarily old school. And I think that Gunther is going to mesh well with, and I think he's going to mesh very well with Punk on the mic. And I think he's going to mesh well with him in the ring. And I think they're going to put out a banger match. And I think Gunther's obviously going to beat him,
Oh yeah.
but I think this is a great idea. And he's teased it. He's teased going after Gunther, but obviously due to the way stories take us, he's got to do the blow off match with Drew McIntyre. But once that's done, I fully expect CM Punk to win Hell in a Cell and win the feud. And I think he's going to then move on to what he said he was going to move on to. And that is the ring general, man. So I think this is a great idea. And I think this is amazing stuff for the undercard for Survivor Series.
I think it is. I think it's a great feud. The promos will be insane. The match will be insane. Love the fucking sound of it, and I
Yeah.
think it's a great idea, and I hope they go through with it.
Absolutely, man. I wholeheartedly agree. And I think this is going to be great stuff. And I think this is going to be great come Survivor Series, man. So, yes, as for what Drew McIntyre does, I don't know if he spirals again or I don't know what he does or who he feuds with, but I'm interested to see. And I think WWE is going to do great with him nonetheless.
I think they're gonna do great with him after this feud, so I'm not too worried about that.
Definitely. All Out. This is, Sir K, man, this is going to be the first year in 3 years we did not attend
Dang,
All Out.
crazy, dude.
It's sad that AEW has made the level of the importance of All Out this meaningless to the point where All Out's happening and I genuinely could give a fuck and a half about going to the show.
Oh, literally, I couldn't care any less than I already do.
Because years past, you bet your ass we were up at 9 a.m. waiting for them tickets to drop on Ticketmaster.
Oh yeah. Oh god, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, nah.
Yeah, you bet, bro. You bet. But all right, man. The first match for the AAA women's title in a Chicago street fight. Willow Nightingale defending the title. Actually, it doesn't even say on the graphic this is for the title, and Willow doesn't have the title in the graphic. I don't know what the hell this is. I don't know if this is for the title or not. Either way, it's Willow versus Chris Statlander. Willow, I guess.
Yeah, I think it'll be Willow. I think it is for the. I think on Dynamite she said it was for the title, but
I'm pretty
who
sure.
knows? I'm almost positive it is, but I, I don't know, man. I think I'm just going with Willow.
But regardless, oh brother, who knows, Logan?
Anymore.
I guess we'll
Oh,
find. I
God.
guess we'll find out tomorrow. This is this. Good God. Okay. First of all, I'm going with Willow. But before we move on here, how the fuck is this match on the card? But there's no Ricochet match. There's no. How is there no Ricochet match? I thought this was gonna be a hook for the show. Is having Ricochet's first pay-per-view singles match on AEW.
Nope. Just and he was a new guy.
But you
Fucking A
have
off to a great start.
you have the Young Bucks versus Blackpool Combat Club. You have Willow and Chris Statlander and Mercedes and Hikaru Shida. But you don't have a Ricochet match on the card. Also, that's one of my gripes with the show. One of the other things. Question for you, bro. Do you think Shane's going to show up here? I'm seeing a lot of rumors.
Yeah, I don't fucking know. I don't know. I really don't care. I don't know where they're going with any of that shit. I don't know if it is Shane. I don't know if it's not. I don't fucking know. I really don't.
All right. Well, um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, obviously, Tony Khan likes to go with the moniker of, we got to go all out. So I don't know if he's going to go with that moniker again for this year and do something big. I could very well see it. But we'll just have to wait and see, man. It's going to be interesting, though, if he does. Speaking of the next match, for the TBS title, Hikaru Shida and Mercedes Moné. Why is this happening?
Fucking Sheeta literally lost a match to her like a month or two ago. So what? I don't get it.
I don't get it either, bro. I really, really, really don't get it. Obviously this is a Mercedes win. Obviously.
Very much, obviously, a Mercedes one. It's just a match to have her have a match. It's literally all it is.
Yeah. The Young Bucks versus Trios champions Blackpool Combat Club, Wheeler Yuta, and Claudio Castagnoli. She won a number one contender match on Collision. Oh, brother.
Oh God. Hey, so yeah, she didn't do anything,
Yeah.
essentially.
Normally, I would be fine with this. And normally, I would say this would be a great idea because you need tag teams in your division. Why not add Claudio and Yuta? Well, then they have them win the trios titles with Pac. What a joke. What a joke.
Literally.
How the hell have you managed to make me retract my statement of wanting trios titles in the company?
Literally. We wanted them for so long, thinking it was going to organize the fuck out of division, and they just abandoned the tag titles, essentially.
And that
So,
was in the era when they did a bunch of meaningless trios matches, and now they don't do them anymore.
no, they just don't do them, man. It makes no fucking sense, dude. None at all. But it's going to be an obvious Young Bucks win. And, don't know why they did this match.
And at the very least, when they do their stupid trios matches, it's like the conglomeration, but it's like, if it is the conglomeration or the learning tree, can you at least have these teams go after the trios titles to make these matches worth a damn? I mean, they just fight every week and there's no aspirations there.
No, literally, man. It doesn't fucking make sense, dude.
Not in the slightest. Yeah, obviously I'm gonna go with the Young Bucks here, right? I don't see Claudio and Yuta winning this one.
No, definitely not.
We have a Kazuchika Okada International Continental Championship Fatal 4-Way. The winners will be decided tonight on Collision. There's 3 matches. It's Mark Briscoe and Lance Archer, Orange Cassidy and Ishii, I think, and Mark Briscoe and It's Mark Briscoe and Lance Archer, OC and Ishii, and Takeshita and the Beast Mordas. Which obviously I think this match is going to end up being Okada, Briscoe, OC, and Takeshita because they teased Takeshita on Dynamite, so I wonder where the fuck that's going to go. But either way, I see Okada winning this.
Yeah, I think no matter what, it's gonna be an Okada retain. So, love not getting, the match until literally the night before. But I think it's still gonna be Okada anyway, which I don't know if that makes it even worse.
Yeah. I don't know, man. MJF versus Daniel Garcia. MJF versus Daniel Garcia. I actually think Daniel Garcia is going to win this one, man. MJF's kind of been getting the upper hand on him a lot So I honestly expect MJF to I expect MJF to I expect Daniel Garcia to win this one, if I'm being honest.
No, definitely. I see that. I think this is gonna be like a low point, quote unquote, for MJF. So I think it's definitely gonna end up in a Garcia win.
Yes, I could see that, and I could see this continuing as well.
Hmm.
The next match for the International Championship, I'm actually pretty excited for this one. Will Ospreay versus AEW Trios Champion Pac. You know what? I could see MJF winning by some sort of fuck finish. That way to continue the um
I can
the
see
um
that.
the feud.
The
And
feud.
yeah. For
Not
this
losing
one,
back.
yeah, definitely. I could I obviously I see there's no other there it's obvious Will Ospreay win here.
Like, it's no doubt in anybody's mind. Pac's a champion of his own, and I doubt he's going to be doing trios and singles, so it's an obvious fucking Will Ospreay win.
No doubt. In a lights out steel cage match, Adam Page versus Swerve Strickland. This one's gonna be good.
Mm-hmm.
This one is gonna be a good one, man. To be 100% honest with you guys, man. Again, this is one of the other things I'm more excited for. I think this is gonna be a really good match, and I see Hangman winning. I don't think you have Hangman take another loss to Swerve Strickland. I think if you want to push Swerve as a babyface, I think you kind of have him fight from behind here. And I honestly think you have the heel win this one, bro. I think you have Hangman win this match. Again, he's in Swerve's head. He just burnt down his house. So Swerve's mental state might be a little,
You
exactly,
know,
a little messed up.
yeah.
And I think you give Hangman, there's no way you have Hangman lose again to Swerve.
No, I don't think you do. I think Hangman picks this victory up, and I think it's going to be fucking phenomenal. The story's been phenomenal, and I can't wait to see this match, man.
Yes, this has been very, very, very good storytelling here by none other than Adam Page. Go figure.
Exactly.
Oh, you know what? Let me go back to that. Is this your favorite version of Adam Page?
It's tough, dude, because babyface Adam Page was legendary, but I do think he's fucking phenomenal in this like psycho fucking determined role, man. So it's very tough. It's between choosing between two great things. Might have to give the edge to man. I don't know, man. I think I'll have to wait on that question.
Definitely. I think this is up. This is top three for me.
Hmm.
The top three is definitely this version of Adam Page, World Title Chase Adam Page, and then fresh out of the Elite Adam Page. Or like
Yeah.
pre out of the Elite Adam Page when he was drinking and like when they kicked him out, like that whole era. This is definitely up there though, and I did not like it I did not like heel Adam Page at first.
Oh,
I thought he was just a whiner, but dude, ever since he came back and he's just been deranged as shit. I think it's
I love it, dude.
yeah, and then obviously because when he first turned heel, he was just a whiner. You know what I mean? But the
Yeah,
more deranged he got, I really,
the
really
better.
enjoyed it. And then Swerve too, in the beginning of his babyface run, I thought it wasn't warranted, but it's eased into its role, which I'm glad that it did. But yeah, I think this is great, and I think their story's phenomenal. I think their story's
Mhm.
phenomenal, and I could very well see this main eventing, and I would not be mad at that at all. But I definitely see Paige taking this one, no question.
Definitely, definitely. I think it's gonna be Hangman.
And for the last match, I don't know if this is going to be the main event or not. But for the AEW World Championship, Bryan Danielson defends the belt against Scapegoat Jack Perry.
Ugh,
This is an obvious Bryan win. This is to get Jack Perry in front of the crowd because CM Punk. And
exactly.
yeah,
CM
so
Punk chants are gonna hit.
definitely, bro. So that is the what's it called? Uh that is the AEW World Championship match, and that is the reason they're putting this man in front of the Chicago crowd, is because they want him to get some CM Punk heat in Chicago. But yeah, this is an obvious Bryan win, and yeah, no other way around this one, man. I fully expect Bryan to win this one, no question.
Fine. I fully expect it. It's an obvious one. Jack Perry's there just to get some heel heat that can never be paid off. So it's an obvious Bryan win.
Definitely, man. So that is your preview and predictions for All Out. So remember again, guys, we'll be live directly after All Out goes off the air tomorrow night with the NHP All Out 2024 review. We will be live, like I said, tomorrow night, directly after the show goes off the air, man. So, yeah, man, with that, that is going to do it for this edition of the Notorious Heels podcast, man. This has been episode 230 of the show. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, it has been always a pleasure for my Johnny Mayhem. Johnny.
And I, Sir K.
And with that, And with that, that is gonna do it for this edition of episode 230. Thank you guys for everybody that joined us, man. Logan, Naysayers, Bell, Lime, Durante, Hunter, and a lot of you guys came out today, man. Whether you guys are here now or part of the Replay Mafia, my guys JT and JB, thank you guys so very much for joining us. Thank you guys, man. As always, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys. We love you guys, and we will see you all tomorrow night with the NHP AEW All Out 2024 post-show review.
Peace.